This is Pamela Kuhn, and the curtain is up on Center Stage, the show about the arts and the artists behind their work. Life in the time of coronavirus. I, like many others, take it day by day. I wake up thinking the world is as I left it a few weeks ago, and then it comes to me like a thud that nothing is as it was before. The path of normal does not exist any longer. Or perhaps there was no normal, and now we are left to our own devices in quarantine. And I am going to say now, I have found myself really contented. I believe there is a tremendous personal power to be found in our seclusion. Or as violinist Brittany Bolding said on a previous show, she said it so well, we must strive to look inward and find inspiration in our mutual solitude. And yet our fundamental purpose is to share our art with the world. For artists, no truer words have ever been spoken. Her key words address our experience in a collective solitude where we as individuals have immense strength. A time of reflection, of oneness with our thoughts, and perhaps allowing the revelations discovered in our reflection to be our guide in the days to come. And for many, we are not on the run, not racing to the trains. It is a time to take the strain off of our bodies and spirits, and time that can be well spent with family. And we may become wiser. Oh yes, I think there is a little silver lining to this situation, if we dare to look at it. So I am conducting my show at home today, on the telephone. And my little dog Madison will definitely at some point be barking in the background while my husband, working remotely, conducts his business. I spoke last week of the devastation for artists at this time, when all the theaters have been closed, and artists are still helping each other with artist relief funds, the GoFundMe projects, and stunning acts of solidarity for each other. We take entertainment for granted in this world, and I hope all of you listening will take a moment to go to a site like Artist Relief Tree and make a donation so the artist providing that entertainment for us can remain in our lives. And speaking of entertainment, let's look today at what we're doing at home during this time of quarantine. What kind of self-entertainment are we giving ourselves? And I have my pal, guest filmmaker Matt Mickelson, to talk about what we should be watching. It's time to rattle the cage of Netflix or the DVD collection and ask, what are we going to watch? Matt, welcome to Center Stage. Thanks for being back. Are we doing a Wayne's World kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I was going to whip out my guitar, but I thought I'd give our ears a rest. You know.
Wayne's World, party on.
And party on, Wayne.
So you are my partner in individual isolation today. How is it for you there in the midst of COVID-19 at your home?
Well, have you ever seen the movie Moon?
Yes.
Yes.
Where this guy is in a space station all by himself, and there's absolutely nothing to do, and then he eventually finds out he's just a copy of 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 people that they've been keeping there, and they keep them going by just giving them a little hope that they have a fake family on Earth and stuff like that with pre-recorded messages, and then he has to deal with the fact that he's actually all alone and he's never going anywhere. But I feel like we're on our separate space stations, all by our lonesomes, keeping an eye out on the dark side of the moon or something.
You know, that theme of being alone on a space station has been bandied about a bit, hasn't it? I mean, really.
It's the first I'm hearing about it, talking with you.
Yeah.
I didn't really think of it that way until you just brought it up, but at least I'm stranded with my family. That's cool.
Exactly, and that's one of the best things about this, isn't it? I mean, really.
But you know the thing, living in outer space, somehow the bills still find me.
They have a way. If
that would stop, that would be much better.
So this has affected your work directly, as an artist yourself, as a filmmaker, a cameraman, a screenwriter.
Everything has stopped dead in its tracks.
And how are you coping with that emotionally?
Well, I saved a few bucks, trying to find some kind of income that I can make it work or make it home, and whether maybe editing or something or voiceovers. And also, my wife is consulting from home a lot, so a lot of grant writing and stuff like that. So hopefully that'll keep us afloat. But yeah, I can't, imagine, how people are coping out there that are living paycheck to paycheck, and 99% of their money gets eaten up by their rent and their car payment every month, and then it's gone. I've been there, I know, so that's a scary, scary place to be, especially if you have kids.
It is, and our hearts go out to everyone. I mean, we're all in this together. There are no exceptions. And that's one of the things I talked about last week on my show, is that for once, and I'm citing performers right now and everyone in the entertainment business, we are all equal. You and I live with competition all the time. And suddenly, there's nothing. I mean, we have been stopped. It's unprecedented, really, isn't it? I mean, the Broadway shows being closed, all the opera houses, and this is not just in Hollywood or in New York. This is worldwide. So it's really left its imprint, and it's very sad.
And it's weird that it's not that the competition has disappeared. The competition for that work has disappeared. Mm-hmm. The work has disappeared. It's gone. Or on hiatus. We had to cancel our Han Solo shoot for this weekend.
I know. I was thinking of you.
Which I was really looking forward to, because that's a lot of fun. And we had like 30 people come in, and stormtroopers and all kinds of stuff, and C-3PO and R2-D2 and Chewbacca. But I had to put the kibosh and everything until further notice. But that was my big disappointment.
I know. I'm so sorry about that. And,
what are you going to do?
But there's going to be a tomorrow. But the common person on the street doesn't realize how much planning and how much money goes into projects. You're talking about costumes and hiring people and the sets and just everything that goes into it. That we do take the entertainment industry for granted. And we turn on the TV, it's there. But right now, there's not one Broadway show to walk into to kind of douse your fears right now. And this is something I'm hoping in the real world this is going to come back.
It could be worse. Like I've seen the meme. Our great grandparents and our grandparents went to war, and we're being asked to sit on the couch. So, pucker up and deal, I guess. So at least we got that. But and then you look at the you look at the history of say the Spanish flu in 1918, where the governments were all at war, so they sat on the whole virus thing and kept it out of the public eye for a good year and a half, and they call it the Spanish flu just because Spain was the only country telling their people there was a problem. And Woodrow Wilson, the president of the United States, was sitting on it and didn't, because he thought spies might get in there or something and reveal some troop movement or something like that. But it ended up killing millions and millions of people, yet not Americans. Trying to keep it quiet.
Well, our current administration has been compared to him at times, but hey, let's not go there and ruin a good show, Matt. Oh my gosh. So what are you guys doing at home? I mean, I know you have two girls and they're heavily involved with you, on the Han Solo Chronicles. And I'm sure that's so much fun. I know you adore your girls and you're such a great family man. But are there things that are coming to the top? I mean, should we just get into this? What are you guys
they're actually
watching?
Upset about getting homework assignments now this week. So, but I'm glad they have something to do at the same time. Exactly. We've been doing family game night, and we've been hanging out at a distance with some of our neighbors up until like last week, and. Also, we've got a lot of. I mean, like the kitchen sink blew, and I had to get that fixed because the pipes were so old they had to be replaced. So that was exciting. And then we've got squirrels eating my attic. So we've got the squirrel guy over trapping squirrels all week. So that's been entertaining. Waking up with squirrels in the traps that they have to drive, 5-10 miles away so they don't make their way back. Because it's about baby making time or baby birthing time in Squirrelville.
That's right.
So we got to get them out of our attic before 50 of them pop up in there. So
you want to stay away from that. We once had raccoons that gave birth, and we couldn't take them out until they were old enough. I'll never forget that. We didn't sleep for 4 months. I'm telling you right now. So good luck.
Did you have to raise them like in the house?
No, in the attic. We had to leave them be. It was
Also, we've been, really into the Netflix and the Amazon Prime. But the funny thing is that my girls went and dove into the old DVD collection and pulled out all their childhood favorites, like Princess Bride, Enchanted,
love it,
and Monsters Inc. and The Incredibles and Ratatouille and all that Pixar stuff and some Disney stuff.
I love it.
All that comfort food stuff.
Exactly.
Comfort food.
But we all want that right now, don't we?
Well, coronavirus is making me fat, man. The gym is closed, and we're eating comfort food, and I'm having 2 scotches at night instead of 1. And and it's all catching up with me, and I can't go to DSW and buy running shoes.
Oh dear, this is a problem. I think you better take out some cans of green beans and start lifting them as weights and get that workout going in the house.
I've been doing push-ups in the morning, but I haven't been enjoying it.
So have you got some choices for us, or some great films to dip into, or anything on Netflix? I mean, you and I have talked about this ad infinitum. The best is on Netflix right now, and Amazon Prime. So go for it.
Yeah, there's some stinkers here and there, but there's also so much good stuff right now. It's really hard to find one. They've been producing so much stuff. Once in a while, you get a loser, but you got to work your way through it and see what you like. We're actually revisiting The Sopranos. From 1999,
fantastic
which is
choice.
the beginning of world-class television that HBO started back in 1999.
Absolutely.
After the network started letting their writers go, so they could make garbage TV, reality shows.
Reality shows, aka
yes, 15-year writing hole right there. Also. There's always, Star Wars, but nobody else seems to want to watch it like I do.
Now wait, on my list, number 1, I write, of course, Star Wars, and all of them, even the bad ones with Jar Jar Binks. So, I was happy the other day. I turned on TNT, and there it was. I was so excited.
Oh, the marathon?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we love
Excellent.
that.
Well, also, if you like good stories, I finally checked out The Expanse, which I've been hearing about forever. And the first couple of episodes are a little hokey. They were like pilot episodes, and it looked like they didn't really spend too much time or money on it. And then it really gets going after that.
Wow.
And there's like 4 seasons of like 12 episodes a season. And when I first started watching it, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't stop. Because they're like 45 minutes long, because there's no commercials, and you just get sucked into the stories, because it's basically a soap opera. It cuts between 2 or 3 different factions and what they're up to and how all their actions involve each other. But it's so well done, and the special effects are really top tier. The acting's really good. Like I said, the first couple episodes were a little hokey. It was trying to find its footing, but then it really takes off.
And it's obviously been really popular. And you and a bunch of other people around me are telling me I have to watch this, and I haven't. So, okay, that's my next binge-worthy.
Yeah, it's basically, you could do the same thing current day, except they put it in space. Because it's kind of like Earth is Britain, Mars is the United States, and the Belters, who are the blue-collar people, they're like Irish Jamaica or something like that. And it's the battle between them all trying to gain power so they could just, have a life.
Excellent.
Instead of killing each other all day.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll tune in.
It's good.
Okay, it's good, yeah. So what else have you got?
Ooh, I got a good one for you. A show from Norway called Ragnarok. It's basically 90210, but Thor. And it's in Swedish, and but it's dubbed over. And our languages are close enough that the lips match mostly, but it's really, 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 really well done. It's not your Marvel, repeat, rinse and wash stew. It's really subtle, and it's just this kid in Norway, in the rich family that is polluting the town. They're like the immortals or the giants or whatever, and he starts discovering these powers he has, moving to this ancient town that's just a small little town. And, all of a sudden he could throw stuff, and his eyes are better, and
Wow.
he's but he